MMAfighting.com, and we are in London with a Dublin headliner for the second time, but this time we hope it's actually going to happen. It's Ellenor v James Gallagher in Dublin in February. A lot of people have been cheering this on, praising Bellator for making the booking again. Was there ever a time where you thought, this has gotten away from me? The biggest fight of my career has gotten away from me, because as we know, you were forced to withdraw from the first meeting with Gallagher only to find out that the medical practitioners had actually made a mistake.
Yeah, there was a bit of worry about it at the start, because obviously, I feel like at the time when the first fight got arranged, I feel like they were finally, aside from Ricky Bandias, they'd actually give James a hard fight, because I feel like a lot of the time he's being gifted quite easy wins, you know what I mean? And I feel like aside from the Ricky fight, they've kind of guided it for him. And then obviously when that fight pulled, I thought, you know what, they're not going to give us that one back, you know what I mean? I thought like they're just going to keep promoting him and building him up the way they are, you know what I mean? But when it's come back around now, I'm just absolutely buzzing now to have the chance I've got, you know what I mean? Because I know I'm fine well in my head that I'm better than him, and I know I am, and I know it's a big task going there and doing it in front of the whole crowd and stuff like that. But I'm the man to do it, so I'm just over the moon to have it back, and I am. It's good to see that Bellator have got behind us, because I feel like Bellator, especially in our weight division, they need to start building some stars, you know what I mean? I feel like with a win here, that's what I can be, and I can be their guy from the UK, especially from England, in that division, to be that next big thing, you know what I mean? So just absolutely over the moon. It's coming off. I cannot wait to get some hands on him.
Did you get the impression I got of when this fight was, when it was taken away from everybody, it suddenly became obvious what it meant to people? I mean, when it was booked, there was a big buzz, but when it was taken away, people were up in arms, you know? Did that show you how much that meant to you? I mean, as bad of a feeling as it must have been, was it a good feeling to see so many people, crying out because they wanted to see that fight?
Yeah, 100%, because, obviously, for me, I feel like half of my career has been, kind of in a bit of a shadow. I was fighting overseas for a while, so I didn't get much coverage back here. So at home, aside from with rankings and stuff like that, my name was never in the mix. So people over here, I see it all the time. People didn't really know who I was. You know what I mean? And then obviously the more people started to kind of get invested in the fight, and they started to look at footage and see what I was all about, I think that's when people started to actually get some interest and think, actually, you know what, James has got a hard task on his hands here. And then obviously when the fight got pulled, it was to get the reception it kind of did, when everyone was kind of seeing that how much of a loss it was and stuff like that. It was good, it was heartwarming, and it just made us realise I am starting to get to the places and get the recognition I feel like I deserve now, you know what I mean? And obviously when I came back round, it's just mind-blowing, you know what I mean? I feel like now, I believe in it so much, and I just see what I think's going to happen as well, and I just feel like all the stars are coming together for us to go there and just shock everyone and truly show me level. I feel like every time I fight, I put so much pressure on myself, because I believe I'm such a high level, and I go in the fight and it completely goes the other way, and I show one aspect of my game but not the side I wanted to show. And I feel like this fight, I can finally show what I'm about, you know what I mean? I can show me boxing, I can show me striking, I can show every part of the game I want to, and come away with a good win on the world stage, that level, you know what I mean? So I'm buzzing high.
It's interesting, right? We just saw Mike Kimball and James Gallagher getting a big kerfuffle here at the media day, but you guys have a different dynamic between you guys. I feel like as soon as you were pulled from that card, James went out of his way to say as much as he could that I'm going to try and make that fight happen. If Cal has been cleared, which you had been, I'm going to try my best to make that fight happen. The fight has happened. Do you feel as though James had a big part to play in making the fight happen the second time?
Yeah, 100% he did, especially as well his coach, John Kavanagh. I knew he wanted the fight as well. So yeah, definitely I feel like I do owe him a thank you for that, you know what I mean? I'm glad that it's fight coming back round, I know that as well as the person he is here, he's got this the front that he puts on, but I know for a fact as a martial artist he does want to test himself, it's not his fault they've given the people to have. I know he wants to fight the better people, and he wants to be known as fighting tough fights, and that's what I believe I am for him, and I think he knows that as well, and he's been vocal about saying I'm a tough fight for him stylistically, so I'm glad that he's accepting that, and I think that's why I want to run it back, because I feel like if he thinks he can get a win over me, that'll do a lot for him as well. So yeah, definitely I do think he had a big hand in it coming back around, you know what I mean? But I'm just really looking forward to it. I cannot wait. It's all I've been thinking about. So
it's I mean, you've been through a lot over just the last couple of months, from thinking your career was over basically to the loss of your mother, a lot of turmoil in your life of late. Do you think Is it a good time to fight when you have so much stuff going on because you can get your mind away from it in the gym, or is it a hard time because there's so many things going on in your head? It must be a stressful time, you know.
At the time when I first got pulled and when obviously I lost my mum, I think that at that time I needed just to take my foot off the gas, take a couple of weeks off the gym, just wind down, clear my mind, and then that just gives us the motivation to get back in, you know. Like I just think now, as crazy as it sounds, I just think none of this is actually real, you know. I just say life can just be taken that easy, you know, and I just feel like you just got one chance, and I just feel like this is what I want, you know what I mean? I want just big, memorable nights in my life, so that's why I'm just absolutely buzzing to have this fight back on, and that's why all my motivation's gone into it. Like this fight, I'll be the best. I like last camp, I was the best I'd ever been, best shape I'd ever been. My weight was amazing, 3.5 weeks out, everything. I was bulletproof, and they took it from us then. So this time it's going to be just even better. I just cannot wait to just get, like, literally, me grappling now at the level I'm at now compared to what I was even just that last camp. Like, I've dedicated myself so much. I'm rolling with Ellis Younger twice a day, and he's a world class competitor. Jordan Cooper, great. Andy Fisher, all the lads, I'm rolling with them day in, day out, and I feel like now, like, my all-round game's the best it's ever been. I feel like it's time for me to reach the higher level now, and I'm super motivated. Like, this is the best time to have a fight, literally.
I've seen, close family members passing, motivating fighters to an outrageous level, to be honest, in the past. I mean, what comes to mind straight away would be Rhys McKee defeating Joy Herbert. I think it was a couple of weeks after his father passed away. Do you think it can motivate you when you lose a very close family member like you have? You can actually nearly, have the camp as a dedication to your mother's memory, you know?
100%. That's it. Like, this is for if I do get the job done, that's what I'll be saying. Like, it's definitely for her. You know, fighting, it's been my whole life, you know what I mean? 12-year-olds, when I first went in the gym, I had my first fight at 12. I'm 28 now, you know, this is my 41st fight. Like, this is what I do, you know, like, this is my life. Like, people talk about doing things and things, but I genuinely live and breathe this. This is the only thing I've ever really succeeded at. So this is definitely for her. Like, so yeah, definitely can motivate you to doing it. Like, I feel like the loss of my mum just really did. If anything, give us even more of a kick up the arse to even want to beat him even more. You know what I mean? So it's definitely something that I'm going to be super proud of. Walking out there and I will get the job done. So that's it. Like, definitely.
Thank you so much, Cal. A pleasure to finally speak to you in person. I didn't know you first without the goatee, though.
You blanked us on the way in there. Like, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for your time.